Hi, I'm Amalia. I never thought having a baby would turn my family against me, but here we are. My son Lucas is only 2 weeks old, and I'm already being forced to choose between him and my sister's wedding. You're seriously not coming? Your name is on the seating chart. Vanessa sounded more concerned about her perfect arrangements than my newborn. He's not even a month old. You knew my due date when you planned this. The thing is, Vanessa deliberately scheduled her wedding 3 weeks after my due date. When I first saw the invitation, I was 7 months pregnant. You're kidding, right? I'll have a newborn. Well, you'll have had plenty of time to recover. Mom can watch him during the ceremony. That's how it's always been. Vanessa gets whatever she wants, and I accommodate. When she got a solo in the school concert, my parents skipped my spelling bee championship. When she failed her college exams, they paid for her private university while I worked through state school on scholarships. But Lucas changed everything. The night before the wedding, he developed a fever of 101 degrees Fahrenheit. He's burning up, I told my husband Mark as we paced the nursery at 3 a.m. The pediatrician advised us to monitor him closely and bring him in first thing in the morning. My phone rang at 7 a.m. Where are you? The hairstylist is waiting. My mother Linda's voice pierced through the speaker. Lucas has a fever. I can't leave him. Bring him to my house. I'll watch him. Mom, he needs to see the doctor. I could hear my father Richard in the background. Put her on speaker. Amalia, this is ridiculous. You're ruining your sister's special day over a little temperature. Oh, for God's sake. Vanessa had taken the phone. Just come to the ceremony and go home right after. I need my maid of honor. I can't. You're doing this on purpose. You've always been jealous of me. That's when I felt something shift inside me. My baby is sick. He needs me. I'm staying with him. If you don't show up, Vanessa hissed, don't bother calling yourself my sister anymore. If that's how little I mean to you, maybe I won't. I hung up and held Lucas close. The phone immediately rang again. Text messages flooded in from relatives asking why I was creating drama on Vanessa's big day. By afternoon, my social media was filled with wedding photos. My mother posted, "Perfect day with my beautiful daughter. Only wish some people valued family as much as we do." I turned off my phone and focused on Lucas, whose fever had finally started to break. The morning after the wedding, my phone nearly exploded when I turned it back on. Dozens of texts, missed calls, and a Facebook wall filled with venom. Have you seen what Vanessa posted? Mark handed me his phone while cradling Lucas. The post had gone viral in our family circle. So heartbroken, my own sister chose to skip my wedding. Some people just can't stand when others are happy. This is unbelievable. Mark shook his head. Your baby was sick. What kind of family acts like this? I scrolled through the replies. Aunt Cheryl. Always knew that girl was jealous. Even my mother Linda commented. A mother should teach her children about family loyalty. My phone buzzed with a text from my dad. Your mother is devastated. Fix this mess you've created. They're acting like I committed a crime. Dr. Patel called to check on Lucas. His fever was concerning, Amalia. You absolutely made the right call keeping him home. I've documented everything in his chart. My family's saying I used him as an excuse to skip my sister's wedding. That's ridiculous. Would you like me to speak with them? Would you? They might listen to a doctor. My college friend Jessica stopped by with soup. Your family's drama is all over social media, Jessica said. It's bringing back memories. What do you mean? Remember your art school acceptance? Vanessa suddenly needed emergency wisdom tooth surgery that weekend. Your parents made you skip orientation. I paused. I never connected those dots. And your college graduation? Vanessa's breakup happened the night before, and your parents left halfway through the ceremony. Mark looked shocked. They left your graduation? For Vanessa's emotional support. Jessica pulled out her phone. Remember that family reunion photo? The one they accidentally cropped you out of for the Christmas card? Something clicked. It wasn't just favoritism. They've been actively sabotaging my life. Exactly, Jessica nodded. And now they're turning family against you for taking care of your sick child. My phone buzzed again. A group text from Linda. Family dinner Sunday. Amalia needs to apologize to Vanessa in person. I'm done, I said, feeling strangely calm. I'm not apologizing for being a good mother. What are you thinking? Mark asked. I'm thinking it's time they faced consequences. I looked at my phone. I'm going to that dinner, but not to apologize. I'm going to expose everything they've done. I started a new note. Evidence of manipulation. The first entry, wedding scheduled 3 weeks after due date. Deliberate conflict. Over the next week, I built my case like a detective. Every nasty text, every manipulative comment, all saved to a folder labeled The Truth. You're really going through with this? Mark asked, as I screenshotted another snide comment from Vanessa. Watch this, I said, typing into our family group chat. Lucas is feeling much better. The doctor said it could have been serious if I hadn't stayed home with him. Within minutes, Linda replied, Always making excuses. Your sister cried herself to sleep on her wedding night because of you. Perfect, I muttered, taking another screenshot. What's your next move? Jessica asked over coffee. I'm setting bait. I sent a group text about a potential promotion that would conflict with Vanessa's post-wedding brunch. Richard immediately called. Skip that training. Family comes first, and you've already hurt Vanessa enough. I'll think about it, I said, winking at Jessica while recording the call. 3 days before the family dinner, Vanessa showed up unannounced. I need to talk to you, she said, pushing past me. What do you want? Look, I came to clear the air. Brian's parents keep asking if you'll be at their family thing next month. I need you to come and act like everything's fine. So this isn't an apology, it's a favor. Fine, I'm sorry you felt like you couldn't come to my wedding. Better? That's not an apology, that's blaming me. Why are you being so difficult? Mom and Dad are furious, and now Brian's family is asking questions. Questions like why I wasn't there? Yes, and it's making me look bad. Did you tell them my baby was sick? Vanessa looked away. I said you chose not to come. Get out. Seriously? I came here trying to make peace. No, you came for damage control. After she left, I finalized my plans for Sunday's dinner. I printed text screenshots, prepared a timeline of coincidences, and asked Dr. Patel to email a note confirming Lucas's condition. Are you nervous? Mark asked as we got ready for bed. No. For the first time, I feel completely certain. I checked my phone. Another group text from Linda. Family dinner, 5 p.m. Amalia will apologize to Vanessa, and we can put this ugliness behind us. I smiled as I typed my response. I'll be there. Looking forward to clearing everything up. Sunday arrived with a strange calm. Mark and I pulled up to my parents' house with Lucas sleeping in his car seat. I clutched my folder of evidence. Inside, the family was already gathered. My mother, Linda, immediately zeroed in on us. Finally, Vanessa, your sister's here to apologize. I set Lucas's carrier down and placed my folder on the table. I have something to say, but it's not an apology. Amalia, we agreed, Richard started. No, you decided. I never agreed. I opened my folder. Before anyone says another word, I want to show you all something. I spread out the screenshots, posts, and Dr. Patel's note. My son had a 101-degree fever. His doctor confirmed he needed care. This is ridiculous. Linda tried to grab the papers. Not finished. I pulled out more evidence. Here's a pattern going back years. Every major event in my life somehow coincided with a crisis for Vanessa. Aunt Sophie picked up the timeline. Your college graduation was the same day Vanessa had her breakup? And they left halfway through? Family supports each other in crisis? Richard turned red. Brian looked confused. You said your sister just didn't want to come to our wedding. She lied, I said. They all did. Cousin Rachel spoke up. Actually, they did the same thing to me. Remember my engagement party? When Uncle Richard said you were too sick to attend, Linda? Then I saw photos of you at a restaurant that night. The room grew silent as more relatives began sharing stories. You told me Amalia refused to help with the family reunion, Grandma Dorothy said. But she just told me you never even asked her. Amalia's clearly having postpartum issues. Linda tried damage control. Stop. Brian's mother stood up. This is not how family treats each other. Brian looked at Vanessa. You lied about your sister. What else have you lied about? The facade crumbled. Linda and Richard sputtered excuses while Vanessa cried, real tears this time. I'm setting boundaries, I announced. Anyone who respects my family is welcome in our lives. Anyone who doesn't stays away. 2 months later, Vanessa and Brian were in counseling. Linda and Richard stopped speaking to me, but life improved without their manipulation. Jessica became a regular at our Sunday dinners, along with relatives who'd reached out after the confrontation. Lucas thrived, surrounded by people who actually cared. You broke the cycle, Mark said as we watched Lucas sleeping. Some families you're born into, others you build yourself. What would you have done in Amalia's shoes? Would you have attended your sister's wedding despite your sick newborn? Or do you believe some family ties deserve to be cut? Is blood really thicker than water? Or are some relationships too toxic to salvage regardless of family connections? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever had to choose between a family obligation and doing what you knew was right? What boundaries have you set with difficult family members? If you enjoyed this story of standing up to toxic family dynamics, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about triumph over difficult relationships. Your support helps our channel grow, and we'd love to hear your experiences in the comments.